abusuya ni dio no go kwansire mo akwa ba de ba ye channel so abusuya for Alexander Afenyo Markins, the then majority leader of parliament for the New Patriotic Party NPP, Edin Sendi Ababe Tuja. Na no nsɛm a ɔkyerɛ mu nyina ne sɛ ɛyɛ ade a NDC supporters ɛyɛ nneɛma bi ɛwɔ ɛyɛ ɔman wei mu a nyɛmia ne mmerɛkɔ ni sɛ yɛ foro ɔmo na yitu ɔmo fo na sɛ yɛnyɛ ɔmo kasa kyerɛ. Ne nsɛm a ɔkyerɛ mu ne sɛ ɛyɛ ade a NDC foɔ na sɛ NDC supporters ɛde mbra ahyɛ ɔmo nsɛm ɛna nea ɔmo ɛyɛ ɛde tia ɛyɛ MPP MPs ne de nyɛmia ne mmerɛkɔ ni nani ɛngye ho ɛna sɛ MPP party na say MPP for no ankasa no omo ani engineer omo eye no ni na ne say wokọ eye ablekuma one madam akura ya afriye Alexander kire say eyade a NDC supporters atumi abawura mani fie so omo kwa kohwehwe eye pink sheet che say nia omo ekoye no say maame no andwane ama police fo amfa mami ansia kana che say ne besi akire no ka enye asempa we na ama Alexander Afenyo Markins ato enkra ede ama the president elect JDM Mahama say ombo modern no onfre eye NDC supporters no na on kasanchiro mo na so omo engineer omo eye na yade omo MPP fo no mostly MPs no just say ekun kase pa na abusuya abebo mo nti ostre say papa JDM Mahama ebe frɛ nkofo ani de no go kwanso say na ne dedicate when you channel so be so say be subscribe and my boy notification bell so for more political updates yentie ya papa Alexander Afenyo Markins next time o dey atuja abra
of the NDC to force them to declare results in their favor in the following constituencies: Ablekuma North, Domeko Abenya, Okaikwe Central, Tema Central, Afenyo North, Obuasi East, Afenyo Southwest, Akwatia, Suhum, Fantia Kwanov, Nsawa Aduaji, Techiman South, and Awowin. For you to appreciate what transpired in these constituencies, I'll pause and invite our majority leader, Honorable Afenyo Markins, to give us a vivid report of what happened in some of these constituencies. Honorable Committee.
Ladies and gentlemen of the press, first of all, it is very regrettable that the NDC, after winning power, will resort to create an atmosphere of lawlessness, threaten parliamentary candidates, threaten party officials, and threaten anybody they see as a threat, so-called. In Ablekuma North, for instance, the parliamentary candidate there is under siege. Yesterday, she had a sleepless night. All manner of persons were at her residence in search of pink sheets. The question is, why is the NDC so interested in destroying evidence? Why are they interested in capturing pink sheets to destroy them and set them ablaze? This woman, Madam Ekuya Afriye, had to run for her life. It took the timely intervention of the police to protect her and to drive these NDC hooligans away. Okaikwe Central, my respected colleague, Honorable Patrick Boama, is unable to sleep in his house because they are threatening him, thinking that he has a pink sheet at his residence. His constituency chairman is being looked for. His constituency secretary cannot sleep at home. All because they believe that these individuals have pink sheets. Why should a member of parliament fear for his life? All because he's participating in democracy. I would want to call on His Excellency JDM Mahama to stop his people, to speak to his party people. This is not democracy. This is not the democracy we've all worked hard for. The hypocrisy is becoming too clear day in, day out. All of us are being threatened. In my own constituency, for instance, they have now come out with a lie, and unfortunately some media personnel are following such lie to the effect that a certain NDC constituency vice chairman cannot be found. It's a lie. They are using that to incite their party foot soldiers to attack MPP members, including my very self. When NDC was in opposition, of course, before the election, they were the ones who were all over fighting for the right of Ghanaians. Even when a due process in court was being served on them, they cried foul. Today, the NDC leadership pretends that what their party foot soldiers are doing are being done on their blind side. But they are indeed encouraging it. We are calling on civil society to call on the NDC leadership, especially His Excellency President-elect John Dramani Mahama, to demonstrate his love for this country by stopping this action immediately. These individuals are moved in groups. Such attacks are planned and led by some MPs who are being promised juicy positions in government. And they are all over attacking parliamentary candidates. They are looking for pink sheets because they know that that is the evidence that we will use against them. If you go to Tema Central, for instance, the person who purportedly declared the Tema Central seat for the NDC candidate is not the returning officer for Tema Central. They called somebody to declare the results. When the rightful person who has taken an oath, who has deposed to an oath, sworn an oath to be the returning officer for the election, was not the one. If you consider this action in the light of all that is happening, one is compelled to ask that if NDC had lost the elections, what would happen? Is it the case that the leadership of the party had prepared, rehearsed, and plotted this, that in the event that they lose, this country should be made lawless? And because of that, even in spite of their winning, they are still proceeding to do this? At Obuasi East, our candidate was asked to choose between his seat and his life. He was locked up in his room at gunpoint and was forced to sign the final declaration, so-called declaration form. Why should such a thing happen? Is His Excellency John Dramani Mahama pretending not to be aware of all of these? All these things are happening before the media. The cameras are capturing all of these. And is this a country he wants to rule from 2025 to 2028? It is important that they don't just issue statements, but they demonstrate that they do not indeed support this action by stopping their boys. They buy them fuel, they give them pickups, and they move them to locations. We are aware. They cannot pretend that they don't know about this. Akwetia is a similar spot where they know they've lost, they scatter the place, and that is what they've done. My colleague, the majority chief whip, Honorable Ano Dompre, is also under siege, where they know they have lost but prevented the coalition from happening. Why should it be? Like my respected colleague and General Secretary of the party indicated in his opening statement, Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia conceded defeat in less than 24 hours after election. Indeed, within 16 hours after the elections, when our own data showed that the elections were not going in our favor, we did not wait for the Electoral Commission to come out with a declaration. The practice has been that a losing candidate would normally wait for the Electoral Commission to finish, make the announcement, and then he would concede. On this occasion, because we had a perfect system, a reliable data system, and we had scanners across the country, our agents gave us feedback, and in the very night, by midnight, we knew that indeed things were not okay. By 9 a.m., we have put it out there that Dr. Bawumia was going to address the nation. We did this in the interest of democracy. Why would the NDC, in an attempt to get 2/3 or more, going all over to destroy the country, destroy public properties, and even put fear and panic in the minds and hearts of our people who were candidates for the election? We call on the Electoral Commission to take immediate steps to reverse all these illegal declarations. Declarations that were not made out of properly collated results. Intervene. National headquarters should intervene. The chairperson of the Electoral Commission should intervene and respond positively to all the petitions brought before them and address these matters. We rest our case for now. General.
So just as the majority leader said, we are equally calling on the National Peace Council, National House of Chiefs, Christian Council of Ghana, Catholic Bishop Conference, our National Chief Imam, organized labor, civil society organizations, the diplomatic community, to as a matter of agency and for the sake of our cherished and enviable record as a country that has for over 32 years practiced multi-party democracy, to come out and condemn the lawlessness from the NDC. And we call on the president-elect, Mr. John Dramani Mahama, to call his people to order and also allow the Electoral Commission to do its job. At the end of the day, that is the beauty of democracy. You can't have it all. Is it the case that the NDC is telling us that we are not needed in the next parliament? What kind of country do we want to have? And we are also calling on you, the media. You have been to these centers. You've seen, with your naked eyes, you've seen the truth. Why are you not reporting? You are the forefront of government. You are supposed to let the people know what is happening. You are supposed to condemn the NDC. Now, this is not the kind of country we want to have. This is not the kind of state we want to have as a country. Are we having a revolution in this country? Why should we happen in this manner? So, as the majority leader indicated, we are waiting to hear from the Electoral Commissioner with its decision on these constituencies. I'll repeat it again. Dome Kwabenya, Ablekuma North, Okaikwe Central, Afenyo North, Afenyo Southeast, Obuasi East, Akwetia, Suhum, Fantiakwa North, Nsawadriji, Chiman South, and Aworin. And we are calling on the police that, Mr. IGP, the safety of this country is in your hands.